I was asked, yes, I was asked, did Ngu give you information before? I said, yes, other information was out of my jurisdiction. I couldn't do anything about it. He gave me the other one of diesel in Vereeniging.
Okay, give us the details of that so we can follow up on that. What was it?
Diesel and fake diesel or something.
When was this?
I'm not sure, but 2019 somewhere there, yes.
2019?
Yes.
Okay. What were the facts of that case?
There was a fake diesel, somewhere, an illegal depot in Vereeniging somewhere, where I called the police to come and attend to it. And then the police called.
Okay, and was the diesel seized?
I don't know what exactly happened because I left it with the police, and because police were calling those people, I can't remember, I can't recall what are they called. The experts in testing the authenticity of this fluid.
Who did you contact with, did you make contact with in Vereeniging? Was it Vereeniging police station? Who did you refer the matter to?
I think, I can't remember who did I call, but I know that I left it with the police, because police even said they also don't know how to deal with these diesel things. They'll have to call other people.
Just, do you know if an inquiry was opened at Vereeniging police station?
Honestly, I don't know what happened to that case. I don't know.
So it will be a waste of our time to go to Vereeniging police station and try to make inquiries.
I think so, because I even myself didn't even follow up.
Okay, so this was not one of those instances where you decide to go and do the seizure yourself, outside of your powers to do so?
This was
the diesel incident. This wasn't one of those incidents where you decided to act outside of your powers to go and do this bust. Yeah, you knew to refer it to the police and not to have any further involvement.
I've always called the police if something is out of my scope or my area of responsibility. I will refer it to the relevant people. That is the police.
Unless it's a side hustle. We know from the evidence, and I ask this just to clarify, from yesterday's evidence, which involved Gauza in them at the airport, that's a side hustle. You don't call the police for something like that. I'm just clarifying. That's all.
Can I please not comment on that?
Why can't you comment? You say you always call the police. That's what you say, remember? Yeah, just a second ago, you said I always call the police when it is out of my jurisdiction. That's what you said. And I'm saying, but that's not always the case. You have operations such as the airport operation, which you did, which we discussed yesterday, which is outside of your jurisdiction. You did not call the police. So your answer saying I always call the police must be qualified. That's really the point I'm saying. You still don't want to comment?
Can I please not comment?
Okay, thank you.
And it is surprising that you do remember the diesel incident with such clarity, except when we ask you for specifics as to who you referred it to. But when we ask you about the airport stuff, where there's actual contemporaneous recordals of what you're discussing, it doesn't jog your memory. So can you see how implausible it is that this diesel incident could have actually happened, the fake diesel incident? There's no record of it in the WhatsApp conversations between you and Mr. Nku. You can't tell us who you referred it to. And when we ask you about stuff where there is contemporaneous recording, you have amnesia. Do you want to comment on that, Chief?
No comment.
Okay.
Sorry, are you moving away from, you had asked a question about page 326, and I'm not sure. Maybe let me ask my own question.
Please go ahead, Commissioner Valoy.
Which is really more, I think it's more a formulation of what you asked to see if we can get a better answer. Chief, you were referred to that WhatsApp exchanges, is it WhatsApp? No, Threema exchanges at page 326. And this is between Alpha and Mr. Nku, where they are quite obviously, just from the text, when you read the text, they are talking about how drugs should be transported, with Mr. Nku suggesting, please ask your people if they loaded it on a car or anything that can be mobile from the container, it will be a bust. And then he says, avoid any containers with metal or anything automobile. Only load goods or sugar. Anything that goes to Pier 1 or 2 is workable. That text, and I think Ms. Sigals has indicated that this is supposed to have been on the 1st of July, 2021. What I'm wanting to check with you, and I think this is what she was trying to get you to comment on, that according to this page 326, it conveys, you may not have known it, and for purposes of my question, I'm not saying you knew this, which I'm going to ask, that according to this page 326, it is clear, or it conveys, that Mr. Nku was engaging or arranging in the trafficking or the movement of drugs from wherever, and they land at the port, and they are going to come out of the port. Pier 1, Pier 2 is preferable. That's what this conveys. I know you said you can't speak for him. I'm not asking you to speak for him. I'm saying this page conveys that he was in fact part of the trafficking of whatever drugs he's talking about here. Do you accept that's what this conveys? You may not have known it, but now as you're sitting there and you're looking at this page, I'm asking you to whether you agree that's what it conveys. And I'm asking you to comment about it in that way, because I want to suggest that you may well, subject to what Mr. Nku says, he may well have been using you to participate in his drug trafficking without your knowledge, even with that operation on the 9th of July. That's what I want to conclude with. When I say, when you look at this, it seems to be clear that he was part of a scheme of trafficking drugs into the country.
And it's very benevolent of Commissioner Valoy to say this was without your knowledge. But please respond. even with the may have been, please respond to the question. Can I please not respond for things that were? Can we please reserve this for him?
No, we will certainly ask him. You can be sure about that. He's coming. We will ask him. All I'm doing is saying to you, and if you choose not to respond and that's your final answer, it is what it is. But I will then put to you what I say this conveys. And he will come, maybe he'll say, I'm wrong in my understanding of what this. But what I'm putting to you is, or what I'm proposing to you is page 326 clearly records and shows that Mr. Nku was involved in a process of arranging for the importation and transporting of drugs into the country. I'm saying that's what 326 says. I've heard, and that's what will be discussed with him, but you say you don't want to comment. That's your last word. Thank you, I accept that. Thank you, Ms. Siegel.
No comment.
But for your benefit, the relevance of what Commissioner Baloyi is asking is, if you say he was merely an informer, that's at odds with what Commissioner Baloyi has just drawn to your attention now. Do you follow that?
I'm afraid, Commissioners, I don't want to fall in the trap of agreeing or disagreeing, and then he comes here and says something else.
At face value, if we look at this at face value, regardless of where the truth may lie, but if we look at this at face value, that's what it points to. Correct?
No, I don't agree to that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Do you not even have an opinion of looking at it now? What does it look like?
I don't want to speak for him, but this is
No,
him.
you speak for yourself. You look at a document and you read it and you say, I don't know the full facts, but looking at it is what it looks like to me. And that may well be wrong because it's an opinion, it's not a fact. But you are able to read something or to see something and form a view one way or another. You won't be held to that view because you are not a party to these conversations. It's not you communicating. But you can look at a conversation and say, this is what it looks like. Or you can say, I can see what it looks like, but I choose not to say anything.
I don't even want to attempt to say anything.
But you can see what it looks like.
I don't want to.
You don't even want to see.
I choose not to see.